Hey everyone, it's Boogeyman Ben. Hope everyone's doing well and everyone had a great day. Today's video is going to be an underrated horror film segment. This is one I haven't done in a while. And some might say that the film I'm going to be talking about isn't really a horror film, it's more of a thriller. But there's some horrific elements in this film, and it's a film that I saw in the movie theater when it came out in 1999. So going back 16 years ago, which is a pretty long time ago. And I remember I was one of the only people that really liked this film. I saw it with my girlfriend at the time, and I remember I was in film school at the time when this movie came out, and what originally drew me to it was not only the main actor, but also the writer, Andrew Kevin Walker, who had written Seven. The movie I'm referring to is, now this is a film that I've watched many times. I think it's got some terrific performances. I think it's really well written, well directed, and a tour de force performance by Nicolas Cage as well as Joaquin Phoenix. Both of them are fantastic in this film, and I'm really looking forward to giving my thoughts on the film, and I hope everyone looks forward to this. Please stay tuned. Private investigator Tom Wells is hired by a recently widowed Mrs. Christian, who has found a startling pornographic snuff film in her late husband's possessions. In the film, a teenage girl is apparently killed, and Wells is hired to find out if the snuff film is authentic or not. Film stars Nicolas Cage as Tom Wells. You also have Joaquin Phoenix as Max California, James Gandolfini as Eddie Poole, Peter Stormare as Dino Velvet, Anthony Heald as Daniel Longdale, Chris Bauer as George Higgins, Catherine Keener as Amy Wells, and Myra Carter as Mrs. Christian. The movie was written by Andrew Kevin Walker and directed by Joel Schumacher. The film's production encountered concerns regarding the dark subject matter, and the studio asked Andrew Kevin Walker to lighten the tone of the film. With Joel Schumacher as director, Walker felt a rewrite would no longer be needed. But as it turned out, Schumacher supported the studio and made changes of his own, leading to a much publicized fallout between the two, with Walker virtually disowning the film and walking away from set. He refused to even watch it. So yeah, I saw this movie back in 1999 when it was released in theaters, and it was a very disturbing film. I was pretty young when this came out. I was about 24 when this came out, and I saw it in Berkeley with my girlfriend at the time, and it was a movie that just stuck with me. I know that there were some disagreements between Schumacher and Andrew Kevin Walker over the script, but I actually really think this film it impacts you. And I don't have a problem with pornography or anything like that. I mean, it's not like one of those films, because a lot of people think, it's a film that's just sort of downing the porno industry. I don't have a problem with the porno industry, but this film, and it just shows the seedy, the worst of the worst, and it deals with quite a few disturbing themes, and I think it's handled really well. And I think Nicolas Cage, you really see a change in his performance where he starts the film and where he ends up in the film. And I really like Nicolas Cage in this film. I think he's fantastic as Tom Wells, because you see that he's just a guy that wants to do right by his family, that is just trying to, make a living. But he takes, when he takes the case from Mrs. Christian, whose husband was a well-known czar, he was a very rich, powerful man, and she finds this snuff film on his possession, amongst his possessions after he passes. He sees this as an opportunity. It's a lot of money. It's something that it could benefit him in the long run. And but like I said, there's a real arc to his performance in this. I mean, he completely goes through a transformation, and I think it's really, really well done, and he does a fantastic job. I also think that Joaquin Phoenix is fantastic as Max California, and in fact, he almost steals. And he just holds your attention from frame one. He's just awesome. As soon as he shows up on scene, he just has this charisma, and he really balances well with the more straight-laced Tom Wells, Nicolas Cage character. Also, you have James Gandolfini turning in a really sleazy performance as Eddie Poole. Completely just scuzzy guy, just really, really well done, though. He does a fantastic job in this. And then, of course, Peter Stormare, who plays Dino Velvet, is really creepy in this film, but he's so well at playing these really creepy characters. And I think that, Joel Schumacher does a fantastic job directing this. He was just coming off of Batman and Robin, so he had a pretty nasty stigma sort of attached to him because of that film and how bad it was. But yeah, I think he does a fantastic job with the material. I mean, the guy has directed some great films like The Client, Falling Down, A Time to Kill. But at this time, he had just come off of the Batman film, and I think he got a lot of flack for that, and it kind of carried over into this film in terms of the way critics took this film. But I think this film is fantastic, and if you haven't seen 8mm, I completely recommend it. It does deal with a lot of disturbing themes, and some of it might put people off, but in the long run, it was a mystery, it was a thriller, it had some horrific elements, and I think it's completely deserving of this series on my channel, Underrated Horror Films. So I absolutely love this film, and I'm curious what other people think about it. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below if you've seen the film and you want to talk about, maybe some things that you thought about it. If you didn't like it, that's fine. I'm just curious what other people say about this film. And that's going to be it. Just another quick underrated horror film segment, and I hope everyone's doing well. So thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Take it easy. Thanks for watching. Stay scared. Peace.